Okay, so give me a second. Give me a second. I'm almost there. Okay. All right. It's good now. My Zoom controls were missing. I was wondering where they went. All right. On the right slide. Okay. Right. Hello everyone. Namaste. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhagavad Gita study session. We are in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This chapter is titled Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga. Traya means three. Shraddha. Shraddha means faith or inclination. So in this chapter, Krishna talks about the inclination to do work, any actions. It varies according to the individual, according to the mode we are in. Okay. If a person in the mode of goodness, he likes certain things. He does certain things in a certain way. If a person in the mode of passion, his actions are a little different. In the mode of ignorance, he acts in a certain way. Okay. So Krishna teaches in this chapter. So this is in connection with previous chapter, chapter number 16. Towards the end, Krishna talks about this important thing. That is, if a person follows the scriptures, if a person follows the scriptures, lives a life according to the scriptures, in accordance with the scriptures, he develops divine qualities, and that divine qualities lead him to liberation. But conversely, if a person rejects the scriptures, yah shastra vidim utsrijya vartate kamakartah nasa siddhim amapnoti na sukham na paramam gatim. A person disregards the scriptures, ignores the scriptures, and lives a life according to his own whims, makes his own lifestyle. Krishna says such a person is never happy in this world, and no siddhin. He's misutilizing his human life and no perfection at all in his life. And na paramam gatim. He doesn't even attain the higher destination in his next lifetime. So it is important to follow the scriptures. But Arjuna asked an interesting question. There are certain people who do not follow scriptures, but they are good. They have good qualities. They do good actions. They do charitable actions, and they do various sacrifices, austerities. What about them? That's why Krishna says, yes, all your action, it varies according to the mode you are in. One may be doing a charitable action, but it varies according to the mode, mindset is in. Right? Um, so Krishna says that one must follow scriptures and learn the right way to live, right way to act, and spiritualize his actions. That is the right way of living. So first seven verses, Krishna talks about this thing, and also about worship in three modes. A person in the mode of goodness, how he worship. He worship approaches demigods and lives a life according to scriptures. But if a person in the mode of passion, he worship yaksha rakshasa. Out of pride, he worship non-authorities. They're not even in the scriptures. They're not even prescribed in the scriptures, and he worships out of in need of something. When the desire is fulfilled, he becomes a great devotee of the of such a. It could be Grama Devata, or it could be anything. Not in the scriptures. We went in detail about those things also. And a person in the mode of ignorance, and he worship demons and spirits, ghosts and spirits. That is his inclination. So if you take the action is worship, it is same. The action is worship, but it varies according to the mode he is in. Right? Three modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And likewise, Krishna talks about austerities also. A person who is in the mode of goodness, he follows the scriptures, and he does austerities according to the scriptures. But passion, he is out of pride, and ignorance, like he tortures his own body. We see in this world many people torture their own body. Various austerities, those called tamasic austerities. So we went through many things about those things in our previous session, and Krishna continues saying that even the food we eat, falls into these modes. Our inclination towards eating a certain type of food falls into these three modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So that is the subject matter for today. So we'll see this verse number 8 onwards. So overall, there may be many words, many things, but Krishna says, essence of this chapter, your actions, any actions, your day-to-day actions, your actions reflect the mode you are in. Follow the scriptures and act in goodness. And for without spiritualizing your actions, they bring no lasting or positive result. Okay, so Krishna says, follow the scriptures, work in the mode of goodness, and try to spiritualize your actions. Okay, so this is verse number 8. We started this verse. In this verse, Krishna, from this earth 8, 9, and 10, Krishna talks about food. Everything about food. So food in the mode of goodness. That should be Ayuhu Sattva Balharogya Sukha Priti Vivardanaha Rasyaha Snigdaha Sthira Hridya Ahara Sadvika Priyaha. Ahara Sadvika Priyaha. A person in the mode of goodness loves this kind of food. Loves this kind of food. Okay, so we'll see what is that. Translation: foods dear to those in the mode of goodness increase the duration of life, purify one's existence, and give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such foods are juicy, fatty, wholesome, and pleasing to the heart. So we can see here what is the thing going on here. Krishna is speaking to Arjuna right in the middle of battlefield, and Krishna spoke about many subject matters, and as part of that, Krishna want to emphasize this very subject matter, that is about food. About food. Okay, so we went through that in detail in our previous session, why Krishna spoke about food. In various Upanishads and scripture examples, we saw that food has its effect on our mind. Our scriptures say we are what we eat. We are what we eat. Yeah, we see in this world people complain about, I have a stress, I have an anxiety, confusion, uh, I'm losing my memory and couldn't retain my data so much in my mind. Many things in this world. The first thing we should ask, are you eating the right food? Are you eating the right food? People rush to go to medical store and treat themselves to relieve their stress, take some tablets, pop in. Maybe that works, but most importantly, what's really important is the food. Food is the one that determines our mindset, consciousness. Yes, food makes our body, like water we eat. If a person is eating a nice heavy food, rich in ghee and many things, one would get nice muscles. That's good. Physically, food makes us physically, and food also makes us mentally. Our mindset, our consciousness, our thought process, it all depends on the food we eat. Okay, so it's very important to learn this subject matter about the food and its effect on our consciousness. Okay, so we'll see Krishna spoke about these things. Okay, two aspects in this verse. Two aspects. One aspect is about the effect of food, what they do. What they do when you eat those foods, what they do, and the nature of food, what they are like, how they look like, how they taste like, so and so. Okay, so we'll see this, what they do. Sadvika Priya, the person who is a Sadvika, who is in the mode of goodness, likes to eat these kinds of food. He chooses this kind of food, and by eating sattvic food, he's in the mode of goodness. It goes both way. Okay, he chooses sattvic food, and by eating sattvic food, he is becoming more and more sattvic. Okay, so what is sattvic, rajasic, tamasic? That's the 14th chapter we went through in detail. Okay, so when we are in the mode of goodness, I'll repeat again. When we are in the mode of goodness, how can we see when we are in the mode of goodness? When we are fully functional. Okay, so with our sense of vision, we are able to see properly, hear properly, smell, the gnana, We're able to perceive the things clearly. We're able to retain the things clearly. As we are gaining knowledge, we're studying something, we're able to retain clearly for a long time. Dhruva Smriti. Uh, then that means like we are in the mode of goodness. Mode of goodness. Our mind is not disturbed, agitated. When purity, peaceful state of mind. We see when we get up from the morning, we're in the calm state of mind, right? So that is a mode of goodness. Just an example. So what is mode of passion? When our mind is restless, rushing towards this thing, that thing, we become, so much disturbed. So that's a mode of passion. So these things we cannot see, but we can see by these symptoms. 14th chapter we went through in detail. So what is a mode of ignorance? Tamasa guna. We can understand by our mindset. We are lazy, tired, sluggish, and agnana. We are gaining knowledge, but we couldn't understand anything. And viparita gnana. Viparita gnana means we are misunderstanding. We are gaining knowledge, but misunderstanding totally in opposite way. In opposite way. So these are the symptoms of tamas, mode of ignorance. These are all nature. In the nature, we can see in the nature also these modes. In the animal species also we see in these modes are acting. In our human body, in ourselves we see these modes are acting. In our children, in our friends, in our colleagues, neighbors. If a person is acting in a certain way, we can say that's a mode they are in. Okay, so that's the thing. So these are the three modes of nature: mode of goodness, passion, ignorance, and what determines the mode is the type of food we eat. Type of food we eat. Okay. So now let's look at the Sattvic person. He likes to eat this kind of food. Okay. And what they do. So the food should be increasing lifespan. Ayu means increasing lifespan. Hmm. 2025 we are saying like increasing lifespan. All the foods we eat, all the foods we see in this market are decreasing lifespan. Right. So much decreasing lifespan. The quality of food in the past was so good, but now it is decreasing overall. That's why we can see like so many diseases. People are struggling with so many diseases. Is life decreasing. But there are some people who make good choices, healthy choices. They like to eat healthy food. They like to eat healthy food and they stick to that. They stick to that. That is satoguna. Because of mode of goodness, they choose the right food, type of food that increases their lifespan. Okay. Uh, and sattva increases purity and clarity of mind. So if a person eats sattvic food, that increases the purity, clarity of mind. The mind is not disturbed, restless, right? It's stable, not restless. And bala. If a person eats a sattvic food, that increases the strength, okay? Physically and mentally. And arogya promotes health and immunity. Hmm? So the food should be helping us to be healthy and immune to diseases and many things. Food should be acting as medicine. Food should not create problems. Nowadays, like in this modern world, we are so busy, we don't even spend much time on the food. We don't, and we spend most of the time on many things, and less conscious about food and all these diseases problems because of the so-called food. It's clear. Arogya, the food must when they eat it, that will increase the health and immunity. And not just that, sukha sukha means happiness. If a person eats sattvic food, that brings a kind of joy and happiness. Sukha and priti, like joy and happiness. And he becomes so loving, so caring. So we all want to be so loving and caring. Krishna is saying, eat sattvic food. When you eat sattvic food, that makes you this, brings you happiness and brings you health, immune to diseases, and gives you strength, gives you purity of mind. That will increase your lifespan, and that will bring satisfaction and love, make you so loving. These are the things the sattvic food does. If a person eats sattvic food, and a person in the mode of satoguna, he likes to live a life by eating sattvic food. So these are all from the scriptures. What Krishna is saying, these are from the scriptures, right? And the nature of sattvic food, what they are like. Okay, I want to know. Okay, tell me recipe. Show me some vegetable. What is this sattvic food? How they look like? What they are like. So we'll see with some details and examples. Rasyaha, the food should be like juicy, little bit juicy. It has to have the natural taste. Natural taste. We see like go to grocery store and see our vegetables and fruits. So if they're losing their natural taste, that means if there is if you take a apple, when it is taken from the if you pull it out from the a tree, like it is so fresh and juicy. There is a natural the natural there. Naturally, it is juicy and pleasant taste. It has a pleasant taste. uh, but over the time, if you keep it and store it for longer times, it loses its very own nature. It loses its natural taste. It loses its the nature how it looks. Look at the apple, like it folds. Our science also says if the apple is like it has wrinkles on it, like when it lost its natural state, that must not be eaten. It's not good. Apple is not good to eat. Certain foods, like when it is ripened, over ripened, they're good, but apple is not good. So likewise, any vegetable also, when it is losing its natural taste, they're not so um, good for us, and they're not considered sattvic food. It should be fresh. For vegetables we choose is fresh. Snigdha. Snigdha is oily and unctuous. So what is oily food? Krishna is saying like to eat pakodas, puris, and bhaji and everything every day. So Krishna said, as per scriptures, I need to live a life, and Krishna is saying I need to eat oily food. Is Krishna is recommending oily food to eat and becoming gain more and more fat? No, no, not just that. But what Krishna is saying is the food also what we consume, it should be little oily. It has to have oil component. Oil in the sense like ghee. So if you see like a Vedic tradition, people when they're eating rice or anything, they mix some ghee. So ghee has amazing effect. It slows down the digestion, right? When the sugars are not are not rushed into the bloodstream, and there is no rise of sugar levels. Uh, is it because of like so-called this oily food? It slows down a little bit. Again, it's healthy oils, not the oils which are manufactured in this current age. It should be little oily, not too oily, little bit oily, and the fresh and juicy, and stiraha, sustaining, steady. The food should be like steady, and it has to have long-term impact also. What are we eating? And it should be pleasing to hear, pleasing to heart, pleasing to heart. If you are eating an apple, we should be liking to eat again. If you like to eat again, one more thing, that means it is so juicy. It has its natural taste. It's so pleasing to my heart. If you are eating something, nowadays in this busy world, like we don't know what we are eating. We just put it in our mouth, and it is pleasing to heart or not. We just dump it. No, you know what I'm saying? So, that's not the right way food. If the food is not pleasing to eat, better not eat it. Not eat it. So we'll see some more examples here. So rasyaha juicy, like a fresh, and it should be fresh, and it has to have the prana. Prana means vitality, and we see fresh foods like when it is plucked from the trees, and so it's natural in its natural state when it is preserved also. Nowadays nobody goes and plucks. In the previous days, yeah, everybody goes and plucks from it has its natural taste. Now it is very hard. By the time we go and buy the groceries, it would be like a 10 or 20th day. It is plucked from the trees like long back, very long back, and it is stored and put in a refrigerator, and all those things are gone now. But anyway, at least we can make a good choice. We buy, of course, everybody buys a fresh looking and eats fresh looking food, right? It's very natural. So the fruit should have this life energy called prana. So like fresh fruits like mango, pomegranate. It's not less limited to this list. Any fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and a milk curd. Yeah, there are. These are not recipes. Don't just go buy these things. These are just examples. Okay. So Ayurvedic insight. Ayurveda says like if a person eats sattvic food, that creates a balance. Removes this vata dosha and nourishes the plasma, and properly digests. Food is properly digested, and it enhances our ojas. What is ojas? We spent so much time in previous session about ojas. Right? Ojas is like an energy that's circulated throughout the body. When we eat the food, that the end state is ojas. Ojas. Okay, so it goes through various stages, and end stage is ojas that nourishes and energizes the whole body, as per Ayurveda. Fatty food is basically like choosing the ghee and the sesame oil, coconut oil, or anything which is naturally produced. There are some examples. I just don't want to give this as examples, but any food, we're eating a roti or moong dal, any food, add some ghee, little bit oil, not to eat so dry food. So dry food is not good for digestion and not good for like um, um, how it processes internally. Mm. The oily food also nourishes our body and tissues and everything. It's really required. Okay, wholesome foods. Now, food should be study. It's promoting health and balance our energies. So there are many things here like the whole grain, whole wheat, and all these things we eat naturally, right? Um, and Ayurveda insight is it enhances our mamsa dhatu, muscle tissue, like the sturdy food, like hard food, dals and anything. It should not be consumed like that, but it has to be cooked properly and eat it. So these foods help us to go uh, healthy. And the food should be pleasing to look, pleasing to eat, pleasing to heart. Okay, pleasing to look. It should be look good, looking good, eating good, and after eating also we should feel good, right? So there's various examples, like there are many examples like this. Okay, so we spoke about all the types of food, what they do, okay, and what they're like. A person in the mode of goodness, or if a person want to practice spirituality, right, and he wants to have good control of mind and senses, so it is absolutely necessary for that person to eat sattvic food. Sattvic food. Okay, so this is devoid of any meat stuff and everything. So that is called tamasic food. That's a topic we'll see later. Okay, and we'll see rajasic food today. So I'll tell you a nice story about the food things and talking about food. So if you anything we talk about food that makes us hungry, uh, and we'll see a story about uh, Krishna's food choice. Krishna's food choice. Okay, so during this Mahabharata war, we all know the background story of Mahabharata. Mahabharata is a battle between Kauravas and Pandavas. Hmm. Kauravas had his Duryodhana, and he wants to take away all the properties, possessions, and humiliate the Pandavas. So wicked person, so evil person. This Duryodhana was a so evil person. Hmm. And Krishna was on the side of Pandavas because he has this blood relation, and also he's almost with the good people. Obviously, God is with the good people only, on the good side. So so one day in assembly, um, these Pandavas, they lost everything. They don't have all the possessions were taken away by this Duryodhana. They have nothing, and they came back from the forest. All those 14 years, they came back, and in the palace there was a discussion. So should we wage a war to get our kingdom, or should we just go and give a chance to Duryodhana so that he can correct himself? Okay. Then this Bhima and Arjuna, other everybody was saying like, yes, we have to go fight and get our things. And Yudhishthira he was a good person. He was saying like, okay, let's give a chance to them. If you do a war, if you wage a war, that unnecessarily so many people get killed. Let's give a chance to them. So that's when they were thinking whom to send as messenger. Whom should we send as messenger? Who is the best person there? Krishna was physically present there. So then they sent Krishna as a messenger, peace messenger, because everybody is feared. Even Duryodhana is terrible person, is feared of Krishna. He knew very well Krishna is God. He knew very well Krishna is God, but he's a mad, right? So Krishna went there, and now Duryodhana wants Krishna on his side. Duryodhana wants Krishna on his side so that he could defeat the Pandavas easily. And because of that cruel intention, he made a nice arrangement, nice feast. He cooked so many foods. Not he cooked. Made a nice food arrangements. So many cooked Asian, American, Mexican, Chinese food, African food, or all varieties of foods. And everything is ready: noodles, pizza, pasta, gulab jamun, rasgulla, all the things. I don't know what was there. I'm just making up now. So what he made, I don't know. It's not even the scriptures, but I'm saying that. Then while Krishna is coming towards their palace, Duryodhana goes and he pretends to be so much hospitable person, and he says like, Krishna, come on, let's go and have lunch. I made nice arrangements for you. So delicious, so delicacies you have never tasted, and you must be tasting this food now. Then this is what Krishna says. Krishna's response to Duryodhana. So Krishna says, I came as a messenger. Okay, my job is not done yet. I need to settle this situation. As a messenger, my dharma is after things are settled, I need to eat at your place. So that is first reason I don't want to eat at your place. And second reason, he says there is lack of love and affection. You're offering me, but I know very well you are pretentious. You are. I don't see a lack of love in your request. And there is that is the second reason. Another thing is the other reason Krishna gives is if a person needs to eat, maybe he must be fearful or he must be hungry. So we see in this world, like, child, we yell at our children like, eat food, right? So then they're out of fear, they eat. Or when they're hungry, then eat it, right? So Krishna is saying, of course, I'm not fearful of you, or I'm not even hungry. There is no reason for me to eat. And I don't see any love in your call. And these are two reasons Krishna gives, and Acharyas later gives another reason, like that who is this person? Duryodhana is a wicked person. Okay, so if a person is wicked and cruel person, demonic person, in their homes, one must not eat the food in their homes. Okay, don't ask me why, and many reasons. As we should not be going to a home of a terrorist and eat their food, because the food carries emotions. Food carries emotions. Okay, now we are entering into the different subject here. So um, we'll slowly learn that. Okay, so it's this is a reason Acharya also gives that. So one must not eat the food at their at a person who is evil mindset. Okay, now we'll see the Vaishnava perspective, positive side, and as part of that, I'll also talk about few things, very important things. How the food must be seen. Okay, there are Vaishnava practices in eating food. Okay, so in this modern world, in that's how we grew up. Like, some people practice these things, some people may not practice. We'll see this. What are the Vaishnava practices? Okay, food must be seen as a sacred activity. The food, cooking, eating must be seen as a sacred activity. Sacred activity. We are in this busy world, busy world. Our inclination towards food is when we are hungry, dump something, eat that food, eat, dump that thing, this thing, take something and pop it out, and let it go and fill our bellies, and that's it. Filling our belly, that's what we think about eating food. Filling our belly. I'm saying this because this is in the scriptures. Okay, this may not align with our lifestyle we are living in, but we learn the right way. So what Krishna also said in Yah Shastra Vidyam Utsrija, one has to follow the scriptures. Otherwise, we're not doing our right job. We're not living in a rightful way. Okay, just to put like that. So in this modern world, you're just dumping the food and no idea what this food of and what is made of and everything. So we'll see these things, the Vaishnava practices of cooking and eating food. Okay. Now let's see the first thing. Okay, on the left side, we'll go one by one. don't read here. I should have put some animation. Don't read yet here. I'll go one by one. Okay. It is said in the Vaishnava practices that devotees of the Lord, who are following the scriptures, all the Vedic scriptures recommend these things, by the way. It's not just Krishna here teaching Bhagavad Gita, or it is all the Vedic scriptures teach this. The food must be seen as a sacred activity, even the cooking part. One must take bath. The first thing, so sometimes we see in this busy world, we go, we don't even brush our teeth and cook something and we give it to the children. That's not a good practice. That's not a good practice. As per Krishna, as per Vedic scriptures, it is said that one must take bath. One has to be fresh. Fresh in the body, fresh in the mind. And his mindset also has to be good. Okay. And he has to wear good, fresh clothes at least. Good clothes. Good clothes. Fresh, not smelly clothes. Good clothes. And, uh, and cook with peace of mind. Cook with peace of mind, chanting the holy names of the Lord. This is something we practice in our temple and in the homes of devotees also. So why is very important. Why we need to know why. Why someone is practicing something? Why? Why has to follow, like, wear fresh clothes and take bath and cook with proper mindset. Why? Hmm? So again, it's said in the scriptures that the person who cooks the person who cooks, his mindset is his mindset is transferred through food to other person who eats it. Okay. If a person is evil mentality, okay, evil mentality, cruel mentality, during the time of cooking, his again, this is in the scriptures. It's not made up or anything. That's in the scriptures. Okay, Vedic scriptures. If you go study deeply, then you'll see this. Okay, so in Ayurveda also says this. Again, yeah. So our mindset has to be calm, cool when you are cooking the food. If you're cooking with cruel intentions or yelling at someone or yelling at our children or something, people, and thinking about bad things, right? So food carries our emotions through the fire. Through the fire, it takes our emotions, and the people who eat also get those kind of emotions. Okay, so that means emotions are carried from the chef to the person who eats. Now, don't ask me like I don't know I go to the restaurant. I don't know who cooked by I'm eating this. I don't know his mindset. Should I go and ask the person who cooked this? And what is his mindset? Is he a sattvic person, rajasic person, tamasic person? I can't. I don't have answer for that. But again, anyway, it is very important that uh, the food must be prepared in a right mindset, right consciousness. If you're at homes, we are talking about homes, right? If you're cooking food for our children or family members, right? So we should cook. When we cook food with the right mindset, proper mindset, it carries it wouldn't carry any negative emotions through food. Okay, so as I said, we are what we eat. We are what we eat. The food also carries some emotions. It doesn't. It may not sound like um, practical or realistic, but that's what it is. Scriptures say. As per scriptures, I put it on the scriptures. These are one aspect. Cooking food. Okay, so one has to wear good clothes and cook with peace of mind, and at least meditating on the Lord and in a proper consciousness, proper mindset. Okay. And next thing is after cooking, second aspect is not just filling our bellies, uh, but it is one has to offer the food to the Lord. Krishna, in third chapter, he emphasizes this point that hmm, we'll see this third chapter, verse number 13. Yagna sista sinaha santo muchante sarva kelvishahi bhunjate tetu agham papa he puchami atma karanat. Hmm? Agham papa. Papa means sin. Pachanti atma karanat. Pachanti means eating. If a person eats food for their own sense gratification, cooks the food and eats the food for their own sense gratification, Krishna says, as per Krishna, not me. Krishna says, he's eating nothing but sin. Wow, right? He's eating nothing but sin. Hmm? Why? Why? So, again, as I said, food carries these emotions. We don't know who cultivated this food, what kind of things happened. A person who is selling the food, he would have cheated, and many things. There are karmic reactions one would incur. One would incur karmic reactions even by eating food. In third chapter, this is exactly the verse Krishna says. Okay, then how to avoid karmic reactions? How to avoid sin? Yajna Sishtaha. One has to offer the food to Krishna, Bhagavan. Hmm? Bhagwan. When the food is offered to Krishna, he removes all karmic reactions and the food becomes a, a blessing. He sanctifies the food. It becomes karma free food. Krishna sanctifies the food. Hmm? So we make a plate with the cooked items. One must not keep their items for their own things. Okay, whatever we cooked, everything must be offered to Krishna. And other important thing, when we are before we offer to the God, we must not taste it. We should not ever taste the food. One may question, if I don't taste the food, how would I know how the food tastes like? How the food tastes like? And so we offer the food to the God, let God eat it. After that we can adjust and we eat it, and that's as simple as that. uh, we can still for God wants love. God wants only love. God doesn't want, he has many things to eat. In temples, we offer 56 items in every temple. So everywhere, he's swatantra, he's self-satisfied. He doesn't need our food, our apple, right? So Krishna says in ninth chapter, Patram Pushpam Phalam Thoyam. You offer a leaf, you offer a fruit. You are eating so many fruits, bags of fruits. Just offer one fruit to me, add love to it. Krishna says, just add love to it. You offer it to me, I'll accept it. I'll accept it. I enrich your love towards me. Hmm? It's very important that offering food, there's a reciprocation. The bhakti, devotion towards the Lord, it's not one side. It's two sided. It's a two-side love. There's a two-way love, two-side love. It's not one-side love. Hmm. With love, when you offer food to Krishna, Krishna accepts it with the same love, and he reciprocates. When we eat the food that is karma-free food, sanctified food, karma-free food that nourishes our body, energizes ourselves, and it brings and enriches our oja shakti. Hmm. And we can hear properly, understand properly, and we are fully awake and fully functional properly. So over the time we get it. And and while offering, how to offer this food to Krishna, one has to chant the names of God. If you don't know anything, like Krishna, I have this for you, please accept it. Just say these words, Krishna, I'm offering this with love to you, please accept it. Right? And after offering Krishna, we have to give some time, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. These are all Vaishnava practices, right? So give offer to Krishna, give time for Krishna to eat it. Krishna doesn't take and empty the plate. He just looks at it, takes your love. Krishna only takes the love from the plate. Krishna doesn't take food from the plate. Krishna takes love from the plate. He takes the love from the plate and he gives the plate back. After we getting the plate, we should put back, in our cooking pots. Mm. and and offer the plate of the god. Before we eat, we have to offer the plate of the god, and right, done, ready, and we can eat. Okay, so there are again certain practices how one must eat. uh, we may or may not be following that. I mean, this is from the scriptures also. So when we transfer the food, we should not bring the cooking pots directly. Nowadays in this culture, like, we take directly from the pots, cooking pots, and we bring the pot itself into the room, and everybody, 4 5 hands, 10 hands take. That's not a good practice. That's not a good practice. One has to transfer all the food into other vessels and take from those vessels. Food must be taken not from the cooking pot, because the cooking pots are meant to cook food for the god. If we contaminate the pots, then it's not good. Okay, and we should pray, like offer some prayers to Krishna. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Krishna, for giving me this plate of food. Hmm? I don't know. I have no idea what good credits I have done. Hmm? what good karma I have done in my previous lifetime. You have arranged this food for me. Thank you so much. Thank Krishna. Thank Krishna. There are many people struggle to get a food, plate of food. If you are getting a plate of food, nice delicious food, that means we have done very good karma in our previous lifetime. So Krishna is, that's what God wants. So when we need to have some gratitude towards Krishna. And honor person eating prasad, I'm like, we should eat with peace of mind, not by watching TV and playing video games with disturbed mind. If you're eating with disturbed mind, and it doesn't help anyway. As per Ayurveda also, it creates so many diseases. Oh, you eat. This is the thing we need to take time and do. Take, not bathroom, we go take time and do. Eating also we must take time and do. Take time and eat it. So, not rushing, dumping into our mouth and dumping in your bellies within few minutes. We should take time, look at the food, appreciate the food. So if you come to temple, we offer like minimum 5 varieties of food. You can look at the food before we eat, like look at the food. Oh, this food is tasted by Krishna. So this looking so delicious. Mm. Appreciate food for some time, and again slowly take it. Eat with great gratitude and peace of mind. Mm. And again, another thing, we should never ever touch the pots again with our dirty hands. We must wash. If you want to take more, we can wash the hands and take, but we should not touch the food again um, with our dirty hands. Okay, these are all the Vaishnava practices, many devotees practice in their homes. This we may or may not be practicing. If you like it, you may take it and practice. This helps because this is in the scriptures. We just follow what in scriptures, right? That's what Krishna says in 16th chapter also. Just follow the scriptures, learn the right way of living. One can eat whatever they want, do whatever they want. Right? So no one says like don't do this, don't eat this, don't right? Anyone can eat anything they whatever they want. They can drink alcohol, drink meat, or kill people, punch people. Anyone can do whatever they want. But there is always a right way of living. There is always a right way of eating. There is always a right way of living. So how do we know the right way of eating, right way of living? From the scriptures. Scriptures teach us right way of living. So one may say like, hey, these things are not possible for me. My lifestyle is totally opposite to this. No problem. Slowly we can adjust. Slowly we can adjust. It takes time. So it's 7:20. We'll do this verse, and I'll not go deep into this verse, and we need to spend more time on this one also. But we'll look at this verse. Krishna is talking about the verse, the food in the mode of passion. What is that food in the mode of passion? What they do, how they look like, how they are like, and what they do to our mindset, mind and consciousness. Okay. So anyone wants to read this?
कट्वाम्ललवणात्युष्ण तीक्ष्णरूक्षविदाहिनः आहारा राजस्येष्टा दुःखशोकामयप्रदा. Translation: Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, and burning are dear to those in the mode of passion. Such food cause distress, misery, and disease.
So Krishna spoke in the previous verse. Krishna spoke about the food in the mode of goodness, what they are like, what they look like, what they do to our body and mind. Now, food in the mode of passion, what they are like, what they do to our body and mind. Okay, so okay, I think we can do in 10 minutes. Otherwise, we'll continue next session. So, ahara rajyasya seshta dukkha shokamaya pradaha. Okay, if a person eats the food in the mode of passion, it creates depression, distress, misery, and disease. Okay, so that is the first aspect, one aspect of it. And a description of Rasic food. What are they? What they look like? Okay, katu, katu means bitter, pungent. So of course, bitter food is good, like Karela, those are good for health. But those things should be taken as medicine, not like everyday eating. Not like everyday eating. So in moderation is good, but if a person likes to eat too bittery, pungent food, that increases excess vata. Vata is Ayurvedic word and depletes tissue. So and real life examples: black pepper. There are bitter things like chilies and mustard seeds. Like certain uh, eating in moderation is not a problem. Okay, but overeating bittery foods is a problem. Krishna is saying. Okay, amla. Amla means sour. Sour. Mm. Sour food. What's wrong with the sour food, Krishna? Right? As per Ayurveda and Krishna, also Krishna is saying that it stimulates. It's stimulating. It stimulates pitta. It causes acidity, acidity, and it's anger, creates anger. Sour food creates anger, as per Krishna, right? And also it creates skin rashes, rashes on the skins. Mm. So too sour food. Sour food is not a problem, but is a too sour food if a person is addicted to sour food, right? So then it could create distress, misery, and disease. So moderation is good, like vinegar, fermented foods, pickles, citrus, and sour foods. It's a big list Krishna gives here. Mm. And lavana. Lavana is salty food. Hmm. We all eat salty food. Everybody eats salty food. Salt makes the taste. If there is no salt, it's tasteless, right? So, but some people eat too much salt. We see, like, if you go to people houses, and they're like, they just take the glass of salt and just dump it directly in the plates. They like to eat so much salty food. Mm. That means Krishna is saying, as per Krishna, that person is too passionate. He is in the mode of passion. He likes to eat more salty, more salty. Mm. And what this salty food does, what's wrong? Even science, modern science also says one must not consume too much salt. Right? So it reduces the water retention and it creates hypertension and skin issues. And so the cheap salty food, fries and soya sauce, and many examples here. Again, there's nothing wrong in using these, right? So one must not think like, one should totally stop. Okay, what Krishna is saying here is a person in the mode of passion likes this kind of food. If you are on the earth planet, everybody is passionate, including me. Everybody is in the mode of passion, right? Of course we like these foods, but we need to look at what we are eating, right? That's also important. And excessive hot, if it's too hot, that's not good. Ati ushna, the food should be like in the normal temperature that we can consume. If it is too hot, of course we eat hot soups, right? Hot soups, there's nothing wrong. But again, if you are like a lazy, tired, sleepy, if you eat the hot spicy food or hot drink, hot coffee or hot drinks, that's good. There's nothing wrong in doing that. Because we want to move from mode of ignorance, like ignorance, tamas guna, to mode of passion. That's good for us to work, for us to function, for work. We need, of course, everybody needs this. We have to come out of this mode of tamas, tamas to rasik, right? Dull mind to active mind. So of course it is needed. Like we drink hot coffee. There's nothing wrong. Okay, but mm, excessive of too much, and it causes ulcers and irritate our intestines. And deep fried food and hot things are not so good. And tikshnaha, sharp piercing food. There are certain foods like it stimulates the mind, stimulates nerve stimulating food, right? And it creates it stimulates the unnecessary digestive fire also, like chili, garlic, coffee, energy drinks. If taken in moderation, it's okay. And dry food. Food must not be dry. Food must not be dry. Snigdaha, Krishna spoke in previous verse, right? Food must have some oil in it, not too dry. If it is too dry, also it increases vata like dryness, constipation, restlessness in the mind. Mm. So dry roasted foods, crackers, fast food. Is, in moderation is okay, but even if if you're addicted to this, then again we have to see this distress, misery, disease. Right? And vidahin, causing burning or irritation. Uh, there are the food should be pleasing, like it should be pleasing to look, pleasing to eat, pleasing to in our after eating also it should be pleasant. In our tummy also it should be pleasant. If it is not so pleasant, creating acidity or gastric problems, then that food creates that food affects our mind. Anger, frustration, confusion arises. Okay, so these are things like red chili powder, alcohol, like fried spicy foods, like, uh, in not in moderation, this create problems. Okay, so this is the mode of passion. So just a high level, what Krishna is saying here is sattvic food. Nature of food is fresh, light, pure, pleasing to look, pleasing to eat, pleasant in our body, and it creates a calmness, content, contentment, and peace of mind. And it effect on body. It stabilizes our body, increases our ojas. Right, we are fully functional, body and mind. Mm. Mode of passion, it's hot, spicy, nerve stimulating food. It creates a restlessness, ambitious, emotional, mm, restless mind because of rajasic food, inflammation, ulcers, hypertension. And tamasic food is a stale. We'll see this next session. We'll go into this next session. The stale, impure food, heavy food. It makes our mind dull, lazy, ignorant. Yeah, doesn't let us gain knowledge. Senses by senses, we are not fully functional by senses. Um, we'll see this. What is this? It makes us sluggish, and bodily. It creates bodily diseases also. Okay, so I'll stop here. Uh, Thank you all for joining the session. I know you'll have many questions now, so we'll do the question Q&A session. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.